Here he is, Liam McAdam, with this week's video games report. Take it away, Liam.
Thanks again, Howie. Now today I would like to review Monster Hunter World. It's a game I've sank 100 hours into so far, and that's still counting with all the content they're adding in. But released in January 26, 2018, it was a simultaneous release worldwide and internationally, and Capcom went out of their way to develop the game for both the Japanese audience and the Western audience in mind. Now, in the past, the Monster Hunter games have been focused on Japan, where due to the population density, there was more benefit to the handheld consoles, where people could just sit around at a table, hang out during lunch, and play the game together, and cooperate with one another. Where again, this game is a cooperative game, up to 4 players drop in and out. Where with the new update as well, in which I haven't gotten the chance to test out yet, they went into a bit of a siege mode where you have a new creature going on, where he's just going around minding his own business, and it takes 16 of you to gang up on this thing in order to take it down. Now, the general premise of Monster Hunter is that when you're hunting around, you're a hunter-gatherer in a society, an anachronistic blend of the Iron Age and some fantasy elements like you would see in Game of Thrones or other elements like that. So, the premise of Monster Hunter World specifically is that you're a member of the 5th Fleet of the Research Commission, sent to the New World, a previously unexplored continent, where creatures known as Elder Dragons, which in parlance of the game's lore, they're creatures that are unknown to the general biology that people already are familiar with. So, your job is to investigate this new world and figure out why these such titanic creatures are heading to this new place. Gameplay-wise, it functions by virtue of a compulsion loop, where you go about taking care of some missions where you'll be going around investigating, killing creatures, then you'll be getting rewards, points, and materials to create weapons and armor that are stronger and stronger, then it's just rinse and repeat as it escalates. Now, in terms of how well it was received, for some sales data compared to for previous Monster Hunter franchises, there was Monster Hunter Generations, which was released back in November 28th, 2015, where in its lifetime, which compared to this was around 3 years, the lifetime sales were 4.2 million sales. Monster Hunter World internationally, as of early March 2018, managed to score 7.5 million sales, both on a retail front and a digital front. Compared to Capcom's other successful games, Street Fighter and Resident Evil respectively, Street Fighter V had 2.5 million worldwide sales at the end of 2017, and Resident Evil 7 had 5.1 million worldwide sales as of March 2018. Now, I feel that the game also benefits from the fact that with the new control scheme, it benefits greatly from the fact that some players can't really use a smaller device like the Nintendo 3DS, where the games have been shining lately, where for comparison's sake, it'd be as if you're trying to control it with something the size of a smartphone stacked up onto another smartphone. So in terms of gameplay, I do certainly appreciate the cooperative aspect, especially with the thriving community for veteran Monster Hunter players and new Monster Hunter players, where prior to the game's release, there was an unofficial group known as the Adopt a Hunter program, where a lot of veteran players recognized that World would be the first experience for a lot of new players going forward. So the initiative was that older players would partner up with newer players, get them used to the steep learning curve, get them used to the 14 different playstyles offered with the different weapons and armor going forward. And in my personal opinion, I would give this a 9 out of 10, only because I have some gripes with it. One of the gripes being that some of the content is limited to timed events, where in an increasingly busy work-life schedule, you would not be able to take advantage of the time to even participate in those. So once you miss it, you're locked out from doing it. There's also a glitch going on where, and I hope they address this one soon, where a lock-on mechanic, where when you're trying to take aim at a certain creature that you're trying to take down, it will keep on bouncing around, so you won't even be able to aim properly. And that concludes my thoughts on this game.
All right, great job, Liam McAdam, with the video games report.